Hey, what's up, everybody? This is the Sounds Heavy Podcast. I'm Trey, and with me today is our drummer, Luis. We've also got online an awesome metal band, Northaven.
Yes.
Really excited to talk with these guys. They've got some awesome music. It looks like they've got some shows and some festivals and stuff coming up. So, let's get into it, guys. I guess we'll start just if everybody wants to kind of introduce themselves and say how you got started with your band here.
Name's Adam, frontman. How y'all doing? Kind of came into the transition phase, I guess. It just took me forever to find a band that I was actually wanting to go travel for, because everybody seemed to be, like 2 hours away from me. And came across their little billboard on what was that app?
Oh, what was that called? It was basically like a Tinder for band people. Yeah, band mix. Like you either gonna get a drummer or you're gonna get a freaking chomo.
Well, luckily I was neither. So
yeah, no, we were really happy about that.
But hit them up, hit me up, sent them my rendition of Careless Whisper, and so we've been jamming ever since.
It actually was pretty cool.
What was it after Careless Whisper?
It was like a rock version of it that he recorded with his uncle, I think, right?
Yeah,
with metal vocals.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's so badass.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. I was like, all right, we should probably have this guy come over and audition because he just did a metal version of Careless Whispers. Sexy sax man.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I'll take it from there, I guess. So I'm Brian. I am one of the guitarists. I consider myself one of the founding members for the most part. I started with the band before it was the band, if that makes sense. There were some other guys that were part of the project before we'd actually given it a name and kind of a direction with it and stuff. So I was also found on the Tinder of band mix by our original bass player, Chris. And he hit me up, and I had some stuff uploaded there because I've been in and out of like music since I was in high school and stuff. I had a band in high school that was more like on the punk, like post side of the house, and sort of like pocketed that for a while and kind of ventured back to it probably about 6-7 years ago or something like that. Started getting more serious, got more gear, just got back into it and stuff, and then I wanted to get a band together, so that's what led me to finding those first guys and then to where we are now. So that's basically how I started in the band. So then from there, basically we sort of, we were like a thrash, like death metal, like starting off. And, our very first drummer, he ended up tapping out. He just got so busy and stuff. And then so we had to find another drummer, which he ended up moving. So then Larry's our third guy, but the first two were so quick that, Larry's essentially like the only drummer that stuck around long enough to make the band actually happen. So, but yeah, I've seen a lot of the band members kind of come and go a little bit. Right now, we are out a bass player, so we do backing tracks and stuff, which seems to work right now, as of now at least. But yeah, so I don't think I left anything out ish, but yeah, that's pretty much my journey, I guess.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm Larry. I was approached by the same guy Adam was. Very similar experience. It was over Facebook, kind of like the classifieds of there. Just looking for a drummer. They were up playing in Lafayette at the time where I just moved. So it was really something like I was just happened to look and just happened to be the right place at the right time. And I just messaged this guy Chris, and he sent me some demos that I really dug. And then I don't know. I had about 2 to 3 weeks to stuff and come in, and just kind of really hammered him. Honestly, those last couple of days, it's really the only time I actually sat down and like rehearsed them, and then just came over, and yeah, I've just been there ever since.
Funny story about that. That was the night after Adam was at my house. We had a karaoke party, and me and Adam were like uber hungover for that practice. And you came from. I was like, "Well, I hope he doesn't think we're alcoholics."
Exactly exactly what's going on, yeah.
Like, these guys are like washed up. What the hell?
Yeah, I was
Cheers.
came in.
There you go.
What am I getting into?
And it was so freezing cold. Remember that? It was in the garage.
Yeah.
When you said Larry's the only guy that's not in his 30s, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all
I'm 31. I think Ryan's 30. You're 30, right, Ryan?
I was gonna say
Getting there, 31. And as for me, though, I joined the band the latest. I'm the newest member, baby member, I guess. But I came in because I know Brian. We've known each other for a long time, just as friends and stuff. So he knew I played guitar. We always talked gear and producing and stuff like that. And we'd talk, and we learned a lot of musical engineering kind of stuff together, kind of worked through a lot of problems and stuff. And eventually he's just like, "Hey man, you want to be in the band?" And it was just a good time. I'm like, "Yeah, man, I'm bored. I need something to do." He just caught me at the right time. Like, seriously, any other time I probably would have said no, but I was just like, "Yeah, I really miss playing. Let's do this, man. Let's go all in." My solo projects were getting kind of stale, and I just wanted to fucking rock out. So
Yeah.
glad he did.
I had a feeling you were itching to play because you bought like cabs and stuff, and I was like, you don't buy cabs unless you're to go play.
He really did. He caught me at like the perfect. I was like, he like analyzed.
It was probably like a week after or something like that. You bought all that stuff. I'm like, hey man, you want to use that like in a band?
yeah. He got me.
Look at you now.
He got me.
Got him.
Well, I mean, he might have just been wanting to tick off his neighbors, right?
Yeah. And that's the best way to do it.
First
We
guy.
have. His neighbor's dog bit my ankle. Remember that? I was walking too close to the cable.
Crazy, man. I don't know. Yeah, it's been awesome ever since. We have a lot of fun, and I'm trying not to go anywhere anytime soon. It's been great. So.
Well, that's good, man. That's really good. How did you guys come upon your name?
It's a Brian.
So I guess that's a me
Go,
question.
buddy.
So basically, we didn't have a name, obviously, for a while, and I don't remember. There were some other names that I just talked about from the previous members, which was like Eric and Chris. Like they talked about some stuff, and it came down to where like Adam joined at that moment. We had another drummer, his name was Matt, and then we were just like, all right, we have the ingredients of a band. Let's name it. Because at that point, I think we had like 2, maybe 3 songs working with at that time. So we all just kind of put names in the hat. It was kind of one of those things like, all right, we're going to vote on it. You know, if it was like, a Thursday or something, like, we're going to vote on it this Thursday. So come up with names. So we always use like a group chat thing. We always use we were using this app called Band, but now we just use Facebook for the most part in our band group. And, but yeah, anyways, we just, put our suggestions in there and then we just voted on it basically. So I was the one that came up with Northaven. And it was just one of those things where like, I wanted us to sort of have a theme, and I didn't necessarily want to be like a Monomarth, like total Viking, but I kind of wanted to have a little bit of Viking-esque. So that's why a lot of our songs kind of have like North or like Polaris, like the North Star. We kind of like dance around like White Walker. That's like the
Kind of fantastical vibes.
Yeah, we kind of have that going. So it was that, and then it was kind of a blend. I have a couple bands that I've been listening to, and I was trying to pick something that hadn't been chosen. Which when we picked it, it wasn't chosen. But then once we finally submitted, there was another guy on Spotify that does like weird comedy, like acoustic or something. We're like, come on, man, come on,
dogging too hard. I think I think he's serious.
Oh yeah, I know. Well, he makes like comedy stuff, so I mean, I've listened to it. It's, it's not bad. I'm not gonna say it's bad. It's just not my style, I guess. But it's what's irritating the most about that is that a lot of his, it was like 2 of his YouTube videos have gotten dumped into our channel and we can't get them out. That's so annoying. But yeah,
YouTube merged our channels. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, and they won't
That's
fix.
trash.
They won't
Yeah, I have submitted a few tickets for that, and no bueno yet. So that's why we have like a really like everything's like super like cool badass like metal band stuff, and then you have like this weird like what is it like the 22nd birthday like weird like
birthday acoustic song or something.
yeah, it's like some acoustic version of Taylor Swift or something like that. And like what the no. So, but yeah, oh well, it's part of our story, I guess. So,
Well, I mean, Ninjaloot, we write about ninjas and looting, so I feel that.
that's awesome. What's that game on Xbox?
This is the World of Warcraft.
Not
Yeah.
that one. There's another one that's with ninja or not ninjas, like pirates and stuff.
Oh, I got no
Oh.
What? Pirates and Ninjas. Huh.
Well, it's real funny because on YouTube for us, if you even search anything with Ninjaloot, everything with World of Warcraft comes up first.
Yeah.
Oh.
Come on. I mean, it's not like you want to see any of our show videos anyways, but
It doesn't help that like
Sea of Thieves, that's what it's called.
it was
oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah. That's what it reminds me of for some reason. I don't know why.
It doesn't help that we're trash with YouTube. We never did anything with a YouTube channel, and so
Yeah.
we've got a YouTube, but it's got barely anything on it. You know, and it's just I mean we're terrible at marketing ourselves, and we're terrible at like trying to put our name out there at all.
So what are your main fans, I should say, then?
Grandmas and grandpas.
There you go.
I haven't played 10 or 12 years. It probably had to be. JK.
Yeah. Well, it's funny, man, because we used to play with a bunch of deathcore bands, and like our style is more, at least for a long time, it was like two steps and breakdowns. Like if anybody asked us what kind of music you play, we just tell them two steps and breakdowns. You know, so it's music that you could dance to, music that you could mosh to, whatever. And like we always had a bunch of friends that were in like straight up like punk hardcore bands and deathcore bands that loved to put us on their shows because we'd kind of change it up in the middle of the set.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, just I guess whatever flows, man.
We used to have an awesome metal scene, especially like sort of like metalcore two-step type stuff, like here in Indiana for like a long time. It was probably right around that time. I mean, it was like 2000, probably like 2006 to 9. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
like all the homegrown garage bands were just killing it, and like there's shows every weekend, and it's so great. And that's what I think of when you guys say that. I'm trying to rack my brain to think of any bands because we had bands come from. It's just like any other state. You have other bands who come from other states. I was trying to think of any other South Carolina bands or anything that came through there. Ninjaloot doesn't stick out or anything. But,
Yeah.
No.
One of
it's
the
all
bigger
right.
hardcore bands from
Sounds
back
like
in
a
the day
slight-
was Stretch Armstrong. They came from
yeah,
Columbia.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny because the venue that I work at, I now that I'm, I guess, a grown up, if you will, I got into the nerdy side of production, so I started running lights at a couple of venues in town.
Nice.
And one of them, the lead vocalist from Stretch, is actually one of the head managers for a big booking agency. And he's constantly there. And he like, at first I was like, oh my gosh, like this is the dude that like, you know, his band was all over the place. And now here I am like, just chilling, hanging out with him. When you think
That's
about
awesome.
it, it's like, oh, and now we're like good friends. And like I saw him at Chipotle one day and he's like, man, how you been? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just mind blowing to think that a band that got that big, now he's like, you know, doing great. Everybody's cool. But like just the thought of, man, these guys were everywhere. The fact that you were a partial meme, if you will, on Family Guy, like that to me was like, holy crap, that's insane. Yeah, that's probably the biggest band I think in our scene that made it.
That's what we're trying to do.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah. It's always awesome playing with like sick bands that like either they come through and you hop on like opening for their tour, or you get like a really awesome local band that just emerges and you end up playing a few shows. Like we have a couple bands like that around here that are in like the metalcore scene. For example, that we play with, A Burden to Bear. They're really good. They're up in Fort Wayne. They're a really good band. You guys should check them out too. And then Relics, those guys are really good. They just dropped a music video. It's called Static. But yeah, those guys are really good, good musicians and in general, like great band. We like playing with them. So, but yeah, we play
That's
with
legit.
Phineas too. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, actually, they came through with, I got to see them for the first time, and I ran lights for them, when they, were touring with As I Lay Dying, a year and a half ago. That show was mind blowing to me. Just the fact of, I understand the whole divide of some people with As I Lay Dying, and we're not going to get into that, but, seeing those guys was really, really cool. They were really nice, humble dudes, and like just, not cocky, which is one of the things for me that like can make or break a band in my eyes. Like if you're cocky and you're walking around like, look at me, I'm doing this and I'm touring, like, okay, cool. But if you're like really humble, they were like super grateful, like whatever we could do to help you guys out and make it easier, like that to me was like really cool. So those guys are awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I seen you guys have a full length album that you guys released, and then more recently this year y'all have like an EP that y'all released.
Yeah.
Tell me about the EP, man. I got to listening to the album and the EP, and I have to say, man, they're both awesome albums.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, I mean, it was definitely fun getting back together because Mr. Guitarist Brian, man, over here, he moved so far away, and then.
Yeah, but I'm closer to Ryan now, so it works.
I was gonna say that, So, but it was really great getting back together and just jamming out and actually recording and locking minds again, if you will. So.
Yeah, the first that first album, Awaken, that was a culmination of basically our like origins, if you will, like are basically like the songs that we started with and wrote, and like we're like, okay, I think we have enough. Let's put our stuff out there. And it was like a little too short to be considered EP, but it's more like a shorter album. I think it's only like, what is it, like 35, 36 minutes, something like that.
Oh my God.
So it's got 7 tracks on it. And they're all a little bit different too. So they have the same feel, but they kind of all have like different. They're all written in completely like throughout a 2-year period, where we just kind of like wrote songs and practiced them and stuff like that until we had them down. And then we were like, okay, let's record. And then this most recent Spellcaster EP was sort of basically all the songs that we had written last year, and we wrapped them up into an EP. And Ryan wrote the intro track to it, The Old Gods, to kind of put a bow on top, and we packed it in and it's out the door, and people have been listening to it. We've been getting a lot of really good feedback and stuff. So, but I
was going to say, when I was listening to that, I love that epic feel, like that huge, just almost like going into battle kind of thing. That felt real cool.
Yeah.
Especially like I've got a decent, like a little home theater set up in my house, and it just rumbling. It was awesome. Huh? Yeah. Yep.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm glad somebody got to enjoy it in like an amazing atmosphere. I had it recorded in surround, but it didn't bounce it that way, obviously. So
it happens, but it came through. I think the idea is definitely there, and it sounds awesome.
Badass.
Yeah, well, something that Daryl wanted me to ask, since he couldn't be here. You mentioned that track, The Old Gods. Like, what's the significance of that name? I know you mentioned just a few minutes ago, like the idea of like kind of Viking and Norse kind of stuff, but he was wondering like if it had anything to do with DC Comics.
No, I didn't really have anything to do with DC.
It does now.
No Batman.
No,
See, like he's a super comic book nerd. Like he loves all that stuff, and so he saw The Old Gods, and like he just immediately thought DC. Although granted, the Viking stuff makes more sense.
Gods, DC, but
I don't know either.
They definitely
Who's Aquaman?
Origin.
That's
Yeah, that's
Adam.
for sure. It's more like a sort of like a
Eldritch.
Skyrim sort of thing, like
sick.
the video game type stuff. I'm big into that stuff. The old gods were the ones where you're to worship, right? Those are the ones that like if you worship them, you're not accepted and you're slayed. And they hunt you down, and they kill you, and you're part of that. You're
Skyrim was an awesome
officially. So it just felt fitting for a metal band and just kind of usher in a very like intense sort of like a aesthetic like the way it is. So that's what I went for. It felt right,
Yeah.
So
sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it was just kind of one of those things where like we talked about it a little bit. We just wanted to throw something out there that was completely different, just do like a little instrumental thing. And I knew Ryan had really been working on like his synth stuff, and I was like, dude, why don't you just write something and we'll just throw it on the EP, because I know he's been writing some stuff like in his free time doing his solo stuff, and I was like, dude, let's throw something out there different and see if it sticks, see if people like it.
See, he's got another one coming out soon. It's gonna be cool to work on.
Oh yeah. We have a lot of songs in the queue right now.
So do you guys self-produce?
Yes, we do.
Okay, because I mean on Spotify it's listed as Augment Records. I didn't know if that was like a kind of just a self-titled thing or if it was.
It's self-titled. I just tossed it on there.
Yeah. Well, it's a cool name.
Yeah,
but
thank you.
I mean, both the albums sound really good.
Thank you. Yeah, I do most of the heavy lifting on that, or at least I have been. Ryan's just, if not better at it than I am. He's just been this last release. We did plan on producing it together, but he got a little busier than expected, and I just went ahead and took it, and I sort of bounce it off these guys and say, hey, does this sound pretty good? What are you thinking about this snare or this guitar tone, whatever? And I just bounce it back after we record it and stuff, in the production phase of it. And I get some feedback, and then once we're all head nods and they're like, yeah, then we send it off for like printing, or not printing, but like CD duplication and all that kind of stuff, and get a release date for all the streaming platforms and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's really nice to have two dudes who are like, I mean, I'm sure like all of us basically have some sort of experience with, production, recording and stuff, but I know me and Brian have been pretty like addicted to the whole like process and just kind of like just finding our sound and stuff, individual sounds, and then we've been able to consult each other and just kind of come up with good recordings. And yeah, I know I can just trust Brian to just kind of crush it as far as all the production stuff goes. So just kind of like,
and likewise to you as well. I mean, if it was the other reverse roles, I mean, it would just be the same as that. I mean, I feel like it'd be, I
think it would be no tooting no horns or anything, but yeah, we've worked at it.
Yeah.
How does that work between you guys? Like, I'm assuming you guys live in different cities, right? Kind of, sort of, maybe not super close. So how does that work? Like, who records what where? Do you guys agree on a spot and go, or just home studio stuff? Me as a drummer, I'm kind of almost thinking about that with drums. It's like, how do you guys, agree on certain things with drums and moving tracks back and forth, things like that?
There, Bear. You want to take
Hitler dog?
Yeah, man. It's especially for this last one. I was a lot more hands on with the drum process as far as last time, where basically all the songs were written. So this time around, it just goes to me sending the bass down for Brian, and then him working from that, and we just kind of go back and forth. And then obviously these two guitar players living in the same city makes it a little bit easier for them to collaborate. But then, yeah, as far as Adam goes, I do believe that he just comes by once or twice to get the vocals down. Am I right?
Yep.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Lead singer thing just shows up and he's like,
hey,
do this thing.
he's the greatest.
The hardest job.
Living so far away, yeah, it is kind of we all have to do our homework and kind of just send it all into Brian, and he just kind of, glues it all together.
And so for writing, like, does that, I'm trying to figure out like the best way to state
it's
it.
a pretty similar process for the writing. So
Okay, cool.
sometimes we will it'll either be riffs that Ryan and I pass back and forth, or it'll be something like Larry wrote and he'll send it in, and we'll kind of just look over it and either have it inspire us or take the direct riff and kind of build off of it.
Sweet.
So like me and Ryan will bounce riffs and stuff back and forth, but a lot of times when we get into that creative like mindset, we just like, we'll bang out an entire song and be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? So then we'll just kind of disperse it. So since me and Ryan have that production, we'll like produce an entire song and then be like, hey guys, this is what I have in my head. Give me feedback, and if you think, a different part needs to be added here, or you want to take this out, or, whatever the case would be, that's sort of the process that we've been doing.
Sweet. Yeah.
it works out pretty well, especially not like having the time to get together like weekly or even bi-weekly.
It's a lot more efficient that way too, because I mean, like we're not standing in a room when the vibe isn't right or anything like that and wasting everybody's time. I mean, it's, you know, we all listen back to it with, you know, open ears when we have the time to do so and we have the attention to do that. So it's a lot more efficient. It's a lot more, you know, there's just a lot more like production that gets done because it's all done on, you know, just not done within that confine of that space when we're together. That way we can use that time we are together to actually be productive.
Yeah, that's 100%. Yeah, it's just you can't force yourself to be inspired for those 2 hours that you're together to rehearse or whatever, to write a song. But, you know, we're in the digital age, and we've managed to take full advantage of that stuff. And we, you know, it's all MIDI files, DI guitars, just passed around like crazy, and just songs just get done.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, so especially specifically like last year, that's like almost feels like this is the only way you could do it.
Right.
You know, so that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. It's one of the things that the bassist in the band that I'm in currently, like she lives in Nashville and the rest of us are here in Columbia. So that's been a little hard because we're in the middle of finishing up our third album and it's like, okay, how do we make sure that she understands the parts that she's going to play and, you know, to make everything work together. So yeah, that was like one of the questions that I was like, man, now that I see that you guys are in different spots, like how does that work for you guys? But I mean, I guess it's almost kind of like the same as a lot of different bands, but at least in the writing process, I know that was a little more difficult. Cause yeah, you don't want to, kind of like you said, you don't want to waste people's times. You don't want to just stand there and just look around. Okay, what do we do? Like just put it down and send it and take your time with it. But that's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. You guys were able to kind of push through that as well.
Yeah. I mean, nothing's really even, you know, changed on my part because basically it's always been they do the song, they send it to me. I put the lyrics and the melody to it, come back with the badass thing, and there you go.
It's easy to get on there. It's real easy. He doesn't have guitarists sending dude, you need to play this.
Yeah, that's one of the nice things about doing it like how we do. We get time to actually like learn the riffs that like we write, like where it might be easier for like me, like my stuff, and I sent to Ryan. He's like, okay, I need some time for this, or vice versa. Like he just sent me one, and I'm trying to wrap my head around it. So, but yeah, as far as like the whole COVID thing, we were already doing COVID band before COVID even happened. So we're already had we were all
we already didn't want to see each other anyway. So
yeah, exactly. Pretty much. No. But yeah, it just being so far, you know, making the distance thing work. That's kind of what COVID made everybody do, and we were doing it before, so we kind of had practice, so it's nice.
Okay, so business as usual then.
Yeah, okay, so the same thing as before? All right. I think we got this.
Well, kind of shifting gears from like writing and recording stuff, before COVID came down, did you guys get a chance to play a ton, like live?
Yeah. I mean,
well,
okay, Ryan, you can answer this one if you want, because you did join in.
Yeah, it was awesome to go and see them in like the stages before I joined the band, stuff like that. I know they had played a lot of shows, and then like they took a little hiatus to do some rehearsal practice, take family breaks and all that kind of stuff. And they played like a bunch of shows and stuff. And then then I came into the band and I played. Brian's like, yeah, you joined the band, get in, and but you got like 4 weeks to learn all the songs or whatever. And I'm like, okay, right on, dude. So I learned all the songs and I played my first show and it goes great. Like, dude, fuck yeah, this band is gonna be killer. I'm gonna have such an amazing time. It's gonna be great. Like, I think honestly, still to this day, that may have been one of our biggest crowds. Like, I don't know, that bar is like. I
don't know, that Fort Wayne place was pretty good too. That
was pretty lit too, but for a first show, right? First show,
right,
the whole bar's full. You got like 8 bands, and I'm like, yes, this is perfect. This is great. And I'm pretty sure I was sick that day. No lie, I think I was like freezing.
You probably started COVID.
I just got back from New Orleans.
Come on.
Yeah, I just got back from New Orleans, and I swear to God, like I was wearing a hoodie and like pants, and I was on stage and not sweating.
Oh.
So just sexualize that. So, but yeah. So that be as it may, I finished that show, and then like COVID strikes, and then like playing's hard, and that was like my first show, and we didn't play again together for months.
It wasn't until we got together at Corey and Kayla's place for like Memorial Day, right?
Yeah.
The further.
Yeah, the further, yeah.
And then and then there's slim pickings after that, and then this is what it's been up to until now, just like everybody's going through. You kind of play where they'll let you and stuff.
Yeah.
Even then, the crowd's very thin, and it's distancing.
So thin, so thin. And like the point is, it's just like a polar opposite of what like my first impression was, and in all reality and honesty, it was totally different than what I really wanted the band to be. And yeah, we lost a bass player really out of it, unfortunately. So it kind of sucked, and it took a toll on everything. So that's what it was.
We did manage to pull through, and it's starting to look a little bit more brighter horizons ahead with as far as like shows and stuff. Because right now we have 7 shows for this year already booked right now.
Sweet.
2 of them are festivals. So we have the Carnival Festival on April 16th, and we're also playing Metal Fest 10. It's in Lebanon Junction, Kentucky, at this place called the County Line, Swinging Doors, something like that. Like it seems like it might be like one of those little boot scooting places, but
we got plenty of those here.
Like, yeah, but it's like set up for that, but like bikers go there, and like it turns into like a metal place, I guess. So I've never been there before. I just watched their video on the venue's Facebook page, but it looks like it's gonna be pretty sweet. So those are the 2 big venues we're looking forward to, or festivals. And then we have just some like indie stuff and Fort Wayne stuff too coming up down the pipe.
No, that's really awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that you guys are getting the opportunity to play.
How many people go? I'm not sure, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, regardless, we stayed productive, and we kept at it and did it. So
even those crowds,
a really good one, big difference. So.
Even those shows where the crowd was so thin, we tried to do the live stream thing too, which kind of helped, I think. So
yeah, it's kind of hard, I think, for some like medium small bands to trying to tempt the live stream. You got some of these massive bands that have like huge budgets and hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of gear, and then you're like, I'm gonna get a $30 little par light and make it change colors and hope for the best,
Yeah, we did. We just used like iPhone. What was the iPhone 11 you have, Ryan?
Oh yeah, for shows. Yeah,
for shows. So that's what I'm saying. Like we live streamed like our shows that like we'd go to a venue and just set up a tripod with a phone and just record.
Yeah, we try to like kind of boost the crowd.
Yeah, try to like have like another maybe 30 or 40 people watching us from home or something like that while we're playing. I don't know.
You finish the show and you maybe had 60, 70, 80 people watching it.
True. Yeah, that's true. And then we did our own live stream though at our practice spot too. So that was pretty cool. We ended up just like running XLRs out to miking everything, and we tried to do our best on it. I thought it turned out pretty well for what we had, as far as all those mics in a small, tiny space, getting okay sound out of it. So
I think it sounded all things considered.
Yeah.
Well, so I've noticed some pretty big bands starting to do the live streaming thing and putting a lot of effort and stuff into it. Just to get you guys' opinion on it, like, do you think that that's going to be something that sticks around once the COVID scare is kind of like passing away?
That's an unfortunate thought, but I hate to say yes, because I don't want it to be like that. I would love people to come out to the shows again, and I mean, that's where you have the good time, I mean, you're seeing your favorite band live, you're rocking out, you're screaming at the top of your lungs, like it's an amazing feeling. I mean, you can do that at home, but I mean,
go to mosh pit or on your couch.
Throw your kids halfway across the room.
Yeah, mosh your kid. I gotta stop. He's crying.
Throw him off the roof.
EPR.
Play Red Rover with your family. But,
I don't know why, but that conversation just reminded me of, I think it's like a YouTube video where these like Southern Baptists like doing the whole like snake dance like craziness, but it's to like death metal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dude, there's a Facebook page somewhere that like takes that, I think the same clip you're probably talking about,
Yeah.
and just puts it to
the
different
guy-
breakdowns every
Yeah,
day.
yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's so
Yeah, that
awesome,
means
dude.
that.
I know.
That's so good.
Oh, that one guy that what was it? I forget his name. He's like a big televangelist, and it was like they made a COVID song off his,
Oh,
off his thing. Burn this thing.
Are you talking about like the Kenneth Copeland stuff?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
Man. Some weirdness, bro.
The dudes that put that stuff together are geniuses. I
Yeah, yeah.
swear. Hide your kids, hide your wife.
but I mean, yeah,
Like,
like
not same realm. Sorry, I totally derailed that.
Worth it. That was worth it.
I'd say, please, freaking bring your kids to a live show, please.
Yes,
Like,
yeah.
I mean, hook them while they're young.
Yeah, I don't think like once things clear up, it's going to be like a big thing to have a live stream, right? Because I think those bands that did the live stream are only doing it because they can't go out. You look at their pages and their social media outlets, and all they want to do is like go play live. You know, they're posting pictures and just with crowds and stuff like that. They're just meeting the need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like you can't substitute that. You know, like
Oh,
Right,
never.
right. Nothing
Yeah.
beats the real deal, man.
nah, man. Nah, that's the good stuff, man.
Yeah, if none of you guys saw the Black Dahlia Murder live stream, though, hell, I'd watch that shit every year if it came out.
Dude, that Between the Buried and Me one was pretty good too. When they
That
did
was
covers.
really good, too.
Yeah.
North Carolina, right above you guys.
Ew.
You know, it's still one of those things where it's like, I know for me, like, I always fed off of like the live energy. You know what I'm saying? I feel like even if you're this awesome band and can pull off this awesome production and like have all these cool camera angles and stuff and create something that looks like a music video or something and make a show out of it. Like, as good as all that is, bro, I think that the guys playing, like, they're not going to feel what they would feel in front of a few hundred people or a few thousand people, you know?
Absolutely.
Band-Aid, man. It's not going to last.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's basically just a Band-Aid to try to like fill a void that it's basically the boot is too large to fit with the foot that they're trying to fill it with the whole live stream thing. Like, it's great substitute for now because it's sort of like the only option for some people in some bands. But like, even for like musicians and bands and stuff, like, you don't make any money really off live stream. You can like do the whole like ticket thing, I guess, and like have people pay like $5, but most people aren't gonna like go pay $5 and like try to figure out how to get your app going or whatever to watch you play. They'd rather just go to the place, have the experience, hear the energy, feel the energy, like be in the entire like scene and everything, you know. And then we have like they get to meet us, talk to us face to face, look at our merch, buy our merch, hopefully.
Because we do cruise the crowd after the show.
What's that?
I said we do cruise the crowd after the show.
Oh yeah, we stick around and talk to some people.
Before, after, around.
During.
Oh yeah. That show up at the Ruin in Fort Wayne, I'm pretty sure I know I at least mosh pitted while I was playing guitar. That was pretty I was
That was
like,
awesome.
please don't fall on this slick like
Oh my god, I
Linoleum.
almost busted ass.
Alcohol-filled
Back,
floor.
yeah.
I
I'm like,
jumped off the stage and like both my feet went out underneath me like this, and they like somehow came back down. Like I did like a double like I don't know like
A little
leg
knee
lock
buckle.
move, man.
A double take with your legs.
Something. I got lucky.
that was such a fun show. That sucked too because that's when my car broke down and I was like 4 hours late.
Oh.
And the guy's like, well, you can follow mantra of Morta. And we're like, okay. And then, I don't know, it worked out.
It worked out very well.
They're really
Yeah,
good
it did.
too. It was crazy because like their whole like, their following sort of like walked out because like we're not from Fort Wayne. Like we just kind of go and invade their city once in a while. A lot of them know us and stuff, but like they kind of probably forget like, oh yeah, Northaven. But yeah, we followed mantra and like their whole like band group is out like talking to the band and stuff. We got like halfway through our first song, like everybody started coming back in. Was like, all right, okay. I don't think a lot of them hadn't heard us yet. So and then yeah, we just kind of like partied with them and just let loose. Just had a really good time. It was super fun.
That's good stuff, man.
Good time.
Well, I know we're probably getting on about an hour here. I actually don't have like a counter on the screen or whatever, but is there anything that you guys let me think of a different way to phrase it. What's up next for you guys? I know we talked a little bit about the festivals and the shows coming up, and a little bit about the songs that you guys have like in the pipe, but is there anything you guys are working on that you're like pushing toward, or are you just going to keep up with the grind and like and try to carry on, what I'm saying, until some of this stuff starts to pass over and things get back to normal?
Well, we're thinking about buying our own island, but
The money's there. Get some Bitcoin.
Dude, you could do the Dana White thing. Go buy Metal Island.
Metal
and,
Island.
Just put on a bunch of shows.
Metallica, you got Orion Island, so let's see.
Hey, go get Fire Island. That
Yeah.
part's,
That's probably pretty cheap now, isn't it?
Yeah, I would say.
uh,
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
I'll just go. You go for it.
Well, I was just gonna throw in so me and Ryan have been we have all those songs in the pipe because we are sort of talking about maybe doing like another full length album here, and we're going to like drop singles as as they get written and stuff, and we're probably gonna do 3 singles throughout this year, push those out, and then we'll be dropping the full album. We're looking at like a 10 to 11 track album for next year to drop.
Okay.
We are also planning on filming a music video this summer. So that's
Which song?
Spellcaster.
Okay.
I was gonna say,
Or
it's
no,
a
not
secret.
Spellcaster. Sorry, no, not Spellcaster. Sorry, it was going to be Spellcaster, but we didn't get to do that before. I don't know. I was still on that train of thought. We're actually doing a song on the next release.
Okay.
So yeah, sorry.
Right on.
Yeah,
Oh,
got that down the pipe. So
Well, which song off of the most recent EP are you guys most proud of? You think, like, which one's y'all's favorite?
I'll let you guys take it. I've taken them all.
I like to play Spellcaster live. I mean, that one just,
Me
I
too.
don't know. I like to lay into that opening sort of like genty rhythm part. It's just really fun. You know what I mean? You get a good reaction out of it. I have a lot of fun playing that one. It grooves. It slams.
Yeah, I would have to
agree.
agree too. That one, but False Idol sometimes hits real good.
Yeah, that one's really good too. That one's got a great structure. That one's really fun to play. Everything ties in real good.
Yeah.
Hard to
That's
pick.
probably my favorite one. So
Which one?
False Idol.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think we dropped down to B on that one. Most of our stuff's in C, but so we get to get a little dirty with that one. Very fun.
So when it comes to like random this is just my question. I'm taking over, Trey. Suck it.
Go ahead.
When it comes to like everyday listen, do you guys have like a guilty band or a guilty pleasure band or like random song that you're like, okay, that's really cool, I like that? Or what are some of the music that inspires you guys to write, whether it's heavy music or just anything?
Well,
Michael McDonald.
what
Did we
you-
No, I'm probably in a similar boat with Larry on this kind of stuff. Like, you guys probably be surprised what's in my repeat, man. Like,
Oh, I promise I won't be.
I'm an avid Steve Winwood, man. I love yacht rock. It like puts me out of the box. Like the kind of shit that those dudes do on that old soft rock listening albums, like Toto and stuff like that. It just gets you thinking like that things can be heavy and soft at all the same time. You can implement all kinds of different elements, create great soundscapes and stuff. I don't know. I get all kinds of just classic rock and soft rock with it all the time. Too much.
Most of my influence when I'm writing guitar riffs and stuff is kind of back towards that like 2008 like metalcore scene stuff. That's a lot of people kind of we kind of sound like Kill Switch, Engage, Lamb of God, kind of mixed, I guess.
Lamb of
We also-
Engage.
Yeah, Lamb of Engage. I get some of my metal roots with like Bullet for My Valentine, like All That Remains, As I Lay Dying. I listen to like a lot of genty stuff, like Era, Periphery. And I've been getting into like the kind of proggier stuff since I've been getting more close into the sharing each other's minds of music with Brian. And like he listens a lot like the Silosis, Between the Buried and Me, Faceless. And then I've recently been getting into like some real heavy like deathcore stuff, just kind and I ventured in. I really am liking Slaughter to Prevail, Angel Maker, Signs of the Swarm, like those guys. So
Okay, awesome. Well, unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to wrap it up, man, just for time's sake.
Cool.
But you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
I really hope the best for you guys in the future because you've got some great music. Sounds like you guys got some awesome opportunities and some great things coming, you know? And you seem like you all got your head on straight about the music and stuff. So that's really great. And I think that's something that's gonna work with you guys.
yeah,
So,
awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thanks
Yeah.
for having us on, guys.
Absolutely.
We had a good time. It was fun.
Yeah, it was a hell of a time, man. It's better than our last interview. Too.
Hey, it won't be. Well, yeah, it's been kind of cool because like I mean it's great to have even though I'm the drummer in Ninjaloot, like Trey and Daryl are the ones that are heading this thing and I can hop in whenever I'm able to. Just my work sometimes is real fun. I mean I do audio lighting and video installs, and so sometimes I have really long days. And so whenever I'm able to hop in, I mean, I'm going to, and as soon as Daryl told me and sent me the link and I started listening to you guys, I was like, okay, I definitely have to hop on and check it out and chat with you guys and kind of meet you guys. So it was real cool. Real awesome to have you guys on for sure.
Cool as hell to be interviewed like this. You know?
Makes us feel like we're cool, I guess.
So it's something we've been doing with the people we interview. Is we like to put a track there at the end of the podcast, and if it's cool with you guys, and if we get your permission, is there a particular song that you guys would like to have us play at the end of the podcast?
You want to
Nickelback is preferred.
Yeah.
Let's
Let's do traps. Let's do a trap song.
There you go. I'll get dinged for that one for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean if you want to
cover
do
that
one
on the next album.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think, Larry?
I'd probably have to say Spellcaster.
Okay, awesome. Well, guys, it's been fun. It's been great talking with you.
Oh yeah.
Wish you guys all the best there in Indiana.
Absolutely.
Yeah, thanks. You guys too.
Yep.
You guys be safe.
Yeah, appreciate it. Hopefully our paths will cross again.
Certainly,
Oh, absolutely.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Thanks, guys.
Alrighty. See y'all later.
Ladies, bro.
Problematic sounds like around. Pay no attention to it, figure the toss. Love all the loss, caging the boss. Bearing the motion through a mining machine, playing obscene.